So we know who the roster is that's going to be heading up north to New York. And I think there's a little bit of surprise in the rotation because we had 3 or 4 guys competing for the number 5 starting job, and 3 of them made the opening day team. Good morning and welcome to Offbeat. This is a daily look at your Pittsburgh Pirates brought to you by the North Shore 9, presented by FanDuel. My name is Alex Stumpf. The Pirates have Carmen Mlodzinski slotted to be their number 5 starter. He will be starting on Sunday in New York, the finale of that series, but he's effectively the number 5, even if it's not the number 5 placement. Also making the team are rookie Hunter Barco and free agent acquisition Jose Urquidy. Mike Clevenger will start the year in the minor leagues. He activated his upward mobility clause earlier in the week. No takers, so he will start in the minors. He has more than one of those clauses, so I think there's a decent chance he'll be up in the majors at some point if the performance dictates that he warrants it. But for right now, he's going to start the year in the minors, a little bit of depth there. It's a little different than how I think a lot of people would have expected coming into the year, that, the rookie like Hunter Barco would start in the minors and the more veteran guy would be on the team. But if you want to go meritocracy, if you want to go based off of they don't have to make a roster decision with Clevenger right now, it ends up being, what they have right now. And what they have right now are 3 guys who I see getting starts at some point this year, all making the team. Carmen Mlodzinski has the spot in the rotation to start. We're going to see Hunter Barco at some point. I'm sure we're going to see Urquidy at some point, unless he just never rectifies, what was going on in camp. And I know it was a bad spring training for him. I'm not arguing that, he should be in the rotation right now. I was intrigued by the changeup. I was intrigued by the sinker, pitches that I think he was underutilizing towards the back end of his career in Houston. I think that will make a difference at some point. It makes him a far more intriguing player than, someone who signs a $1.5 million contract and starts the year as middle relief would dictate. But it's also meritocracy. It's also what have you shown. I can't really argue right now. The big argument is, should it be Mlodzinski or should it have been Hunter Barco, in my opinion? And I have already laid out once why I think Mlodzinski deserved another look as a starter. I think the way he developed that splitter last year, his ability to throw it against right-handers, but really use it as a tool to neutralize lefties, which I think was the big issue last year. And the data would suggest last year that, lefties the second time through the order just absolutely ate him up. He did not have a real tool, a real weapon to go about it. Now they do. So, okay, he can use that in a new way to neutralize left-handers, something that he hadn't had before. Let's see how this turn goes through the starting rotation. I'm willing to give him a second chance here. I'm not sure if I'm willing to give him like a third chance if this goes just as poorly. But I just see the approach, the stuff, maturation. It looked like he really learned from his shortcomings the first time around. And I think you have to give a young pitcher that grace. But it also means this rotation, for the first time in the Ben Cherington era, will not have a starting left-hander. Barco could have been that guy, but there was really just one thing holding out, and it's the innings. He has never thrown, the 120, 140, 150, 160 innings that you kind of really want from a starting pitcher, which is why I'm fine with him starting in the bullpen. Because this is kind of a have your cake and eat it too situation. He needs to throw 6 full months. Hasn't really done that as a pro because, pitching in college, coming into pro ball with Tommy John surgery, mid-rehab for that, it really limited how much he could actually throw. This is a way for him to pitch those 6 months, but also manage the innings a little bit. If he gradually becomes a starter, there's going to be some opening at some year. I mean, just from looking at it from a pure probability standpoint, the Pirates are probably going to need a starting pitcher before Jared Jones returns in late May, early June, whenever he comes off the 60-day IL. So there's going to be some time there. This way, he could still get major league reps. He could still be around the major league team. And if there's an opportunity, slide into there. But it also opens up something different with Mlodzinski if the Pirates want to go piggyback for a couple times. If they want to manage Mlodzinski's innings, because he also hasn't gone 120, 140, 150 innings like the Pirates want their starting pitchers to do. He hasn't done that. Urquidy, coming off of injuries, he hasn't done that. So I kind of look at this fifth starter spot right now as kind of like a cobbled together. It's a Voltron of a fifth starter. And there is a little bit of overlap pitch-wise that I think makes them intriguing. I'm going to talk about that in a minute after I throw it to Cody here.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack hydration sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way for you to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. The Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3. My personal favorites so far have been the almond butter chip and the iced tea lemonade hydration mix. It's just really full of flavor. I love starting my day with it, and I couldn't imagine starting my day with anything else other than IQ Bar products. Right now, IQ Bar is offering our podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text MLB to 64,000. That's MLB 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
So all 3 of these guys have made the opening day team. They're kind of different pitchers. Mlodzinski, as I laid out, I think he does best working north to south against left-handers and then a little more east to west against right-handers. Have that pitch, that slider, that sweeper, just have him run away. And then whenever he's facing the left-handers, you don't have to cut in. You could go north-south. Hunter Barco has a little more east to west to him, in my opinion. Like the sweeper is a good pitch. The slider is really the bread and butter, in my opinion. But he also worked on a splitter. And yeah, he had the changeup. Splitter, we only saw a couple times, but whenever he did throw it, he really killed the spin on it. I'm intrigued to see what's the plan moving forward. Is he going to stick more with the changeup, what he had before, or does he want to go just for that bite down, that pitch that's not going to spin? I think that either one of those options gives the Pirates a good complement for Mlodzinski if they want to go piggybacking. Or even if it's not a traditional piggyback. Mlodzinski, if he can only go 4 or 5 one day, okay, you're probably going to need to go to a middle reliever to give you 2-3 innings. I think these are 2 good candidates for that. Barco offers something a little different. He's going to be coming from the left-hand side. He's going to be working a little more east to west. Left-handed hitters aren't going to be used to seeing that. After seeing nothing but drop all day, have a pitch running away from him, I think that would play well. If the stuff that Mlodzinski has been doing has been working well, Urquidy, he can match that with the sinker. He can match that with the changeup. I think that creates interesting opportunities for the short term. And I need to stress, I view this as a short-term thing. The same way that, Connor Griffin being in the minor leagues is a short-term thing, But, in the short term, okay, that creates opportunities for Nick York and Nick Gonzalez. This creates a short-term opportunity, I think, for a Hunter Barco. Someone who I think could be a starting pitcher this year. I wouldn't be shocked if at the end of the year he's getting the ball once every 5 times or once every 6 times if the Pirates want to stretch out their starters at the end of the year, whenever rosters expand, whatever the case may be. It's a chance for him just to get his feet wet. It's a chance for him to get that major league playing time. It's a chance for him to pitch 6 months in a season, to stretch out fully and to manage his innings. Like, whatever we talk about, okay, has this guy thrown 140, 150 innings? Ideally, you'd like to keep couple guys, held back a little bit so they could bridge the later part of the season. If everyone is a question of can they throw 150 innings and they're all at 100 innings at the All-Star break, you're at a problem. You have a problem at that point. Like, okay, how do you go about it? I think a slower buildup for Barco, manage those innings, go through. I think it's generally wise. It'll create other opportunities late in the season. He has this one right now. It's as a reliever. You could use that later. And I don't think the Pirates need to get cute with these two, especially Barco. Like with Soto and Montgomery, I don't see them needing to go to Barco as a left-handed option, to get a lefty out, unless it's like deep in an extra inning or something like that. Like, the Pirates will have options. They don't have to throw him to the wolves. He can be the 8th pitcher in that bullpen, in my opinion. Like if he was like a Rule 5 type of guy that you're just kind of stashing. I view Hunter Barco as kind of a stash guy right now. There will be chances for him to get in the games. There will be chances that he could impact the game positively. He might even win you a few games, but I don't need him to be throwing, 2/3 of an inning to, he's inheriting runners on base and he's just trying to get that left on left. I don't need that out of him. I don't really expect a whole lot out of that. They have other lefties to go that way. Urquidy, he's a little more veteran. I'm more willing for that, but even then, I don't think they have to do a whole lot here. I view this as 2 middle relievers while they give Carmen Mlodzinski this opportunity. And if Mlodzinski shows that he can't handle the number 5 job, I swap out, because I can see, Mlodzinski pitching leverage innings out of the bullpen. But I'm high on Mlodzinski, thinking that he can do this, that he has a better attack plan, that he has better stuff, that he can prove that he can be one of those guys that you can give the ball to once every 5 days. I don't know if I saw that out of Urquidy. I don't know if I saw that out of Barco. Barco's is, like I said, more 2024, 2025 issue, like just never having this full runway before. But now he's got that shot. I think Hunter Barco is going to be an impact player at some point down the road. It could be as soon as 2026. This is the opportunity he has right now. The vibe that, Colin Beasley and Jose Negron were posting seems like he's on board for it. So we're going to see what happens there. But yeah, as far as a short-term thing, I have no issue with Clevenger putting him in the minor leagues. I don't need to throw a 40-man spot on him unless he's truly proven it. If he hasn't, I don't need to rush and, kick someone off the 40-man for him right now. But it was maybe a little anticlimactic as far as, roster construction, towards the end. But you know what? Having 3 guys who can start, and only one job for them, really, can argue that's a little bit of a champagne problem. We'll see. Thank you so much for listening to Offbeat. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to North Shore 9 presented by FanDuel, or wherever you find podcasts, or on YouTube. YouTube, you can see fancy new graphics like this one we got right here. So thank you so much for listening. We'll talk again soon.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.